Storygram Network.
Hello, we are the Sonoma Community Center podcast, a place of creativity, connection, and community. We highlight the artists, teachers, and the community that come through the doors of our historic brick building, often called the heart of Sonoma. We share local tips and shout outs to our home, Sonoma Valley. And we are your hosts, Molly Spencer,
Gerardo Diaz.
We are the engagement team of the Sonoma Community Center. Well, end of summer, here we are, Kat.
Yes, but wait, I don't think we had an introduction, though. Do you want to do the official introduction?
Well, let's see here. I am Molly Spencer.
And I am Kat Smith.
And we are here recording an end of the summer podcast, which is so exciting. I have Kat filling in for Gerardo because we have a special theater guest. Introduce yourself, the one and only.
Hi, everybody. I'm Libby Oberlin.
Yay!
It's Theater
30?
Wednesday?
Oh,
Theater Wednesday.
I'm so happy to be here.
We're excited to have you. I've been wanting to have you on this podcast since
I've been wanting to
since the
be on it.
beginning. Yeah.
Thank you.
As far as podcast consistency goes, it's up in the air. But
It's not about consistency. It's about quality.
it's
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
quality entertainment.
I know. We're going to launch into the project that you're working on right now, but maybe you
Okay.
can fill everybody in. Libby Oberlin, who are you?
You have one elevator ride to tell us.
Oh, my gosh.
and by the
Oh,
way, this is a very small building, so the elevator only goes up one floor.
wait, there isn't an elevator.
We're gonna
There is an
dive
elevator.
those.
You
There is.
didn't know
People,
it?
oh, no, I know. It's so funny. People are always like, there's an elevator? It's
Yeah.
kind of just tucked in. over
Got an
there.
elevator, folks. It's the slowest elevator, but it goes.
It goes.
Well, I'm a theater maker here, and that's why I'm here right now, and how I know both of you and a lot of people. And I'm an
For
actor
those
with
that
Sonoma Arts
don't
Live.
know, yeah, Sonoma Arts
Yeah.
Live
So
is
Sonoma Arts Live is a resident theater company here
Exactly.
in Sonoma Community Center. And so I'm on the board, and I'm also an actor and a director there. And I've taught classes long ago for the community center when I was starting out as a theater teacher. So I feel like I've been involved in the theater scene, well, my whole life, but
Well, yeah.
certainly here in this building in many ways for a long
Did you
time.
grow up here, or are you a transplant?
No, I'm a transplant.
You're East Coast, aren't you?
I was going to say, can't you tell? I mean, come on. Yes. So I'm from Massachusetts. Left as soon as I could, even though I love it. And then I was in New York as soon as I could. So
Of
I
course.
went to college on Long Island. I went to Hofstra.
Where at in Long Island?
Hempstead, so
Okay.
Hofstra University, and then moved to the city and did the whole actor, waiter thing, and went back to grad school at NYU. And that's when I got my degree in educational theater. And I started moving from just performing to directing and teaching. And then I lived in New York for 13 years, and then we moved here to Sonoma. I went from Bushwick, Brooklyn to Sonoma.
Oh, wow.
And, it was just a little transitional stop. I always thought that we'd move to the city because I was a city girl and I thought that that's where you had to be to do theater in these parts. But we fell in love with Sonoma and we stayed. And I realized that you just have to take a little drive
And
to the
who's
city.
we,
and then
I was
Libby?
just going to
theater.
say,
Who's
when you
we?
say we, did you meet Miller before
So,
you
yeah,
came here?
We's my husband and my daughter, but not yet in this area
In
of the
this
story. So his name is Miller Oberlin. He also is around this building and he's a local photographer. And
Amazing.
yeah, we actually met in New York.
Okay.
And so we came here. It was sort of a let's get married. We can't afford to have a life and live in.
Is he from
We
out
We can't
here?
have two
more.
apartments here.
Right.
Is he from out here?
So his family grew up in Corte Madera, but
Okay.
he went to boarding school on the East Coast at 12.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's like an East Coast
Mhm.
California kid. So he's a little bit of a mixture.
he's bi-coastal.
Yes. We met in New York as artists, and he was going to the New School University for photography and dabbled in a little theater. And when we met through friends,
Yeah. I love seeing Oberlin. He's pretty tall.
he's
a
a
big
6'5".
guy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I swear,
I mean, from a 5'1" person, they have like a special perspective. It's just like William Murray. Like they take really excellent photographs.
It's because they're taller than us.
I
Definitely.
know.
There's a such thing as bird's eye view, and that's so special. And so he gets his own Miller Oberlin eye view.
Yeah.
Yes, my 12-year-old is catching up to her father because she's
yeah?
almost my height at 12.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm 5'9" and a half if we're counting every bit.
Count it.
So she's gonna be tall like Dad.
I love it.
Yeah.
Your daughter's amazing. I really love seeing her grow up. She's following in your footsteps, doing a little theater. And she was not like that as a kid. She was so shy.
Yeah. It's so interesting. She's always just been more of a visual artist.
Yeah.
And the other way that I've been around this building and all of you is that I started a company called the Theater School. And for a while, it was in another building over off Broadway Cleaners.
Yes.
We used to be a real estate agent. That's how I met Sonoma Arts Live.
And that's how I met Libby.
And that's how I met
because we had our rehearsals up there.
Yep. And then we came here, and then I started having the theater school out of Sonoma Arts Live.
I love that. I know quite. Isn't it interesting because I miss Molly from teaching forever to see when you teach, to see how those kids are. And it doesn't matter for the most part. It's just really about building confidence. They're probably not going to grow up to be dancers or theater actors even, but there's still a heart in there. Yeah. And sometimes it comes back to them when they're an adult. Right. But is it interesting to see kids that you taught? Because they're probably like in their 20s and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
right?
100%. As an arts teacher and just as arts performers and artists, educators, yes, the purpose is not to build Meryl Streeps and Denzels. It's to reap the incredible benefits of this art form. And that just shows families, they look at me like I'm a part of their family because I was such a part of their family for this period of time when their kid was this special age. And it really is just so magical. But she's an actress. She's always been. She wasn't shy. She was always a visual artist, but she's been mimicking. She's been doing all the little Oberlin things. She watches, I must say, very mature taste in movies. We showed her The Shining way too young. But now she works with Backyard Kids Theater.
Love them.
And she's been doing a number of shows with the fantastic Alexis Durmeyer, and her program's so wonderful.
It's really special. Don't you feel rewarded too? Like it's so hard. I know that I was torn apart when I stopped teaching, right? Yes. Because you have this, you create this, and you feel like you're making somewhat of a selfish choice, even though it's not. I'm doing it forever. 100%. So it's so rewarding when you see somebody take over and do it well. And that's what Backyard
100%.
theaters.
I couldn't agree more. It was one of the hardest decisions to close the theater school. And it was right around COVID. I closed it right around COVID, and then I just never opened back up because I had the catharsis we all do. And I realized that ever since I moved here, I never just tried to be an actor and a director. I was just mainly focusing on my teaching. Yeah. And so that was the 2020 catharsis that we all had. But it was such a hard decision. Yeah. Because it's who you are. It's your heart. And all of these little mini artists feel like such a big part of you.
Yeah. I know. We have some that come through here. I can't say enough.
Oh, yeah.
So COVID, you did change. And I saw you explore that option and jump back on the gun and really go into full throttle acting world.
That's always been who I am since I was a kid. My first professional gig, I was 10. And I was a Fox Kids news anchor before Fox was Fox. Okay, this was a long ago.
Wait, that's amazing.
I went and auditioned at Riverside Park, which was like a rinky-dink Six Flags. My mom didn't even know. I just went up. They're like, we're holding auditions. And then 3 weeks later, Fox calls my mom and is, we'd like to hire your daughter.
Oh,
but
how is that? What did that involve?
Amazing.
Did you go into a studio?
Coolest. Yes. We get to go to Hartford, Connecticut, which was, of course, very cool city. Go into the Fox building. You got to sit behind the little anchor desk, and they put tons of makeup all over you, just like those anchors. It was pretty cool for age 10, 11, 12-year-old, I think was when I was a Fox Kids news anchor.
What kind of things did you report on?
It was so cool. First of all, I would say, this is Libby Kelly for the WTIC Fox Kids News.
I love it.
That is amazing. Did you have co-anchors?
So there was like 10 of us, and we were chosen from, I don't know, New England. What do I know? I don't even remember. But we would all have our own solo so it would be like during commercial breaks, it'd be like a 45-second story. And so my first one was about, this is going to age me. I'm fine with that. But Stormin' Norman Schwarzkopf, because it was during the Gulf War.
Yeah.
And so I remember reporting on that.
Coming back.
Yeah. And then also something as light as like the peregrine falcons that made a nest on the building in Springfield. So it varied.
I love a good bird story. Bird news.
Very birdie.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we started talking about that. But yeah, I've been doing this in so many different wild ways for so long. And then when I moved here, I just never tried to just act. And I missed that part of myself so very much because being a teacher is an artist, but it's a different piece of that artist puzzle that you have going on. So that after 2020, I decided to take a little hiatus for teaching, and I've just been directing and acting since. And it's just, I'm so happy.
It's a delight. It's just going down and seeing what you've been doing over the number of years.
And I happen to have had the luck to run into the theater while I heard her rehearsing for Janis Joplin.
Are we not talking about the fact that Kat has been my actress before in shows that I have directed?
Right?
Are we not talking about that, Queen?
You are one of my favorite directors, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
I have such a love for that show and that performance.
Me too, Kat.
Yeah.
What show was it?
So this was around the time when Sonoma Arts Live was becoming the head of, it used to be the Sonoma Theater Alliance, and it was a number of different producing companies. And so Sonoma Arts Live, it was a big discussion, talk about another big choice. But they wanted to be the producing company so that the quality it was the same all around. Right. And so the first season we did Love, Loss, and What I Wore, which is an incredible show.
Such a good show.
Wasn't it out last year?
Nora Ephron. So I've directed that at 6th Street Playhouse many years later. Actually, my first show back from COVID. So talk about some specialness for that show. But yeah, it's this brilliant script by Nora Ephron and her sister, of course, from Something About Mary. Wait, Something About Mary.
No.
Sally. Wait.
Yeah, Sally.
Wait.
The Sally one.
Harry met
Sally. Something About Mary. Okay.
There's something about Sally in the 80s.
There's something in there.
There's so many Sallys.
But it's these beautiful, funny, heartbreaking vignettes about clothes and just, it beautifully, just so smartly carries you through all of these stories of these like boots and what happened in this dress. And it's about this gay couple and it's about their wedding dresses. And then it's about this woman who was assaulted in these one boots. But then it's also hilarious with the next person. And so all of the brilliant actresses are playing very many roles. And then there's a few roles where they're all in it together.
Right.
Maybe I could do the third rendition.
Yes.
I myself have never took any acting classes, and I keep meaning to take Jamie Loves in January, but it's like when I ramp up my season for Trashin'. But one of these days, because it's been a dream since I was little, it was mostly just to play in a Tennessee Williams play. It's really because I watched way too much.
Let's start right in with Williams.
I'll just get older, and I'll hit that place where it's like
maybe that's acting too.
No, just joking. But that's
so
like
awesome.
The goal for when I'm old.
You're like, when I've made it to a Williams play, then I'm a serious actor.
I realize I gotta take a few classes.
It's
first,
too serious for me. It's too serious.
You guys, I just came off a spring summer of Shakespearean tragedies. Talk about too serious. Jumping into Janis, I'm like, and believe me, they were amazing tragedies, but we're talking Macbeth, we're talking Hamlet.
Yes.
6 Degrees of Separation, like heavy topics.
Yeah.
So Janis is just
let's launch into it.
Yeah.
Janis, tell us about it. Okay. I'm excited to hear about it.
My gosh, you guys. So I literally goosebumps as I say it, get to play the queen of rock and roll, Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
In the musical stage play, A Night with Janis Joplin at Sonoma Arts Live.
Mm-hmm.
And this show is a long time coming. Actually, we've done a little chatting about the old theater school, right, from long ago. Mm-hmm. And that is when Jamie and I first talked about A Night with Janis Joplin. I brought it up to her. I was like, oh, you know what? When I was younger, man, I used to impersonate Janis, and all my friends would be like, do Bobby McGee and this and that. And the Broadway musical had just come out. So there's 2 shows. There's Love Janis, and it's based on her letters. There's also a book called Love Janis. And there's our show, A Night with Janis Joplin. And so we just got to chatting. And it was hey, we got to do this show one day. And I don't even know. A year ago, she goes, hey, by the way, we can get the rights to Janis.
Yeah.
We're talking like almost 10 years later.
Apparently, she's been trying every year. Yeah. I ran into her in the hallway and she was like, I've been trying every year since we brought it up.
Yep. And so she just goes, God, we got the rights. And I
That's
couldn't even
amazing.
believe it. I'm a little older now.
It's
but
like,
drop everything. We're doing
no,
this.
it's
Wiser.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, say you know nothing about theater and you're listening here, you want to know about theater. Because I find this a very interesting process, how companies have to buy the options or
The
whatever.
rights?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rights,
Oh,
exactly.
absolutely.
So that's something
Yeah.
that you're looking at things that you want years out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, companies, you have to buy the rights to do
Yeah.
somebody's creative work, right?
Absolutely.
So people are booking years in advance. And
Mhm.
there was just, this is boring, but just this big, huge conglomerate where all of the companies that sell rights, they went from 8 to 3. And so now it's even more of a bit of a nightmare to get rights.
That's not boring at all.
But-
I find that fascinating because I don't know anything
It's a bit
about
of
that.
it's a bit of a nightmare to get rights. It's expensive. With some companies, you get this amount of stuff from it. With some, you don't get much. But of course, these are artists, so we pay to do their shows.
Of course.
And then, yeah, like right now, people are already planning their season in a year and a half from now.
Yeah.
We're already talking on the board of Sonoma Arts Live about the following season. I just sent Jamie a title and she goes, great minds think alike. I just looked for the rights for that. So yeah, so you got to plan really far in advance.
I love that.
So anyway,
Is it just like Christmas when you find out? Especially for Janis, where were you? When did you find out?
it's funny because it wasn't an immediate yes. It was like oh, okay. Can I pull this off? And I mean that, again, been doing it for a long time, but I feel such love and admiration and respect for her that I won't do this unless I thought that I could do it
Mm-hmm.
and do her justice and really make her proud. And so I met with the vocal director. I sang for her first. I talked to my husband. I mulled it over for a few days. We talked about what like my vocal health would look like
Mm-hmm.
because, you know,
Those are big
spoiler alert.
songs.
Straight.
Yeah.
And her vocal health was terrible. And actresses that play this for a prolonged period of time, all of that, all of
Yeah.
it came into it. But it was all just nerves underneath. Being like, oh my God, this is the greatest role ever. So of course I
know.
said yes.
Of course. It's so amazing. I saw you years ago when you did Maria Callas,
Oh,
and it's mind blowing.
love her so much. Thank you.
Because I actually I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, I
'Cause
loved her so much.
I'm like, how can you? That's the beauty of acting from a
Yeah.
non-actor is how can someone transform like that? I
Yeah.
have the fullest confidence you're going to do Janis, and it's going to look amazing. And
Thank you.
I mean, with Maria, just learning.
we have
different
part of the Maria
language and-
team, by the way. Carl Jordan
Yeah.
was the director
Yes.
of me and Maria Callas. And we had such a connection. And he and I worked just one-on-one for so long. You know, I'd go to his house and we'd work and we'd just listen to her. And he was the first person when we were talking about doing Janis
Okay.
because he knows how to help me tap in.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the one right away.
Mhm.
I was like, we got to ask Carl, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, it's about building that connection and finding that personal, whatever it is that makes you go, oh, okay, here's all the little ways in that I am like Janis, or that I sympathize with Janis, or that I have experienced any part of who she is. And those are just the little ways in. But there's just so many ways. I'm super physical as an actor, so I'm studying. It's
love
such a
that.
gift to have a real human.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can
know?
mimic her movements and things.
Yeah, it's
There's a lot of
own-
video out there.
It's its own beast in
Yeah.
theater. And when you get to play a real human, and actually this will be my third real human biopic role at Sal, because I played Maria Callas.
Yes.
And then I did a one-woman show about Vivian Vance, who was Lucille Ball's sidekick, called Sidekick.
Yes, I'm so bummed I missed that.
I
That was fabulous. Excuse me. Talk about a wild, fabulous woman.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But so this will be my third.
I
Yeah.
did see it.
And she was the sidekick of Lucy.
Exactly.
You know, she kind
She's
of.
the best. Actually,
Yeah.
I did see it because I didn't know that much about her until I saw this play.
Yeah,
And
I
was
had that.
like,
I had
this
that
is
Golden Girls
so
wig.
fun.
It was fabulous for the time, but who could forget that?
Save it for the Roper romp we'll be bringing.
But yeah, I find it such a privilege to have books. So of course, I've read all the books. I've listened to them.
I was
also,
going to say,
I-
how is
all
your
the-
approach? Like, how do you start exploring a character like that, a real life?
Yeah.
It's music, it's books, it's
It's
the
different with
script,
everybody. I didn't know anything about Maria Callas when I did masterclass. For me, Janis, I had every song memorized.
Yeah.
Right?
Bonus.
So I already had them all
Well, wait a
literally in
second.
my heart and soul, because at 12, a cooler older friend was like, hey, check out the greatest hits of Janis Joplin.
My mom had that tape in the car,
Uh-huh.
free tape. So
I was like, wait a minute.
But when you
We get
already
to
know
do
the
this?
songs, did you already have your own spin on them, or have you always just sung them like Janis did?
So this was honestly one of the biggest challenges of the show, right?
Mhm.
In so many ways. One is like, I have a certain version memorized, right? Including all of her wild riffs where she'll be like, on, honey, yeah. Like all of it memorized. But that's not necessarily what we're doing in the show.
Right.
So you have to rememorize the specific section or whatever it is for this show. And then there's also so many liberties given in the music. It'll just be like, Janis vamps. So, the band with a 7-piece incredible band, which we get for this show, by the way. Yes.
Wow.
Is just going to be vamping. And so it's going to be a lot of communicating and talking to the band.
If it's a night with Janis, does that mean it's just based on one particular performance, or is there just kind of
I was gonna ask the same
thing. There's more.
musical? Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool because I could listen to Janis all night, but bonus, you get even more awesome legends because it's about her life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the premise is it's the night before she dies. You never know that.
Okay.
That's just in the script. But it's her looking at her life and telling the story of her life.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
So you start young. And of course, it's all centered on her idols. So she's talking about Etta James singing Tell
Yeah.
Mama, which Janis covers, of course, later in life. And guess who comes out? Miss Etta James.
Okay.
So we get
Ooh.
to see Janis
Oh,
duet
so there's some
with Etta.
guest stars.
Yes. And then we have a little cameo from one Miss Aretha Franklin.
Nice.
You have Odetta, Nina Simone,
Oh,
Bessie
Nina Simone.
Smith. So you're getting these brilliant, incredible actresses, these 4 beautiful vocalists and actors. And so they're called the Joplinaires. So they're playing either these important figures in Janis's lives, or they're also doing
The
awesome
backup
backups.
singers? Yeah.
Because Janis talks about the late 50s girl groups, like the Chantels, man. They were it, man. The Chantels, man.
Is that your Janis voice?
Yeah, that's a little bit of the Janis voice. I got to tell you, I'm
love
still
that.
working on it. You know what I mean, man? But
Yeah, I know. Well,
It's too bad she didn't do some audiobooks. Then you'd be like, I could just listen to her talk all day.
I know. Well, it's
Well,
so
at least
cool.
you're not
Getting
a method
her
actor.
cadence.
That would be
Yeah.
Cigarettes and Southern Comfort, if I'm
I
not
know.
mistaken.
Yeah,
Well,
don't do that.
yeah, guess what? Yeah, that was long ago.
Yeah.
But if we're real talking, and I have no problem saying this, if we're talking about my connection with her, I'm like 6.5 years sober.
I know.
I'm a
Lisa.
sober alcoholic. And so a lot of what Janis is talking about, it could be one sentence. And honestly, like you wouldn't know it, but I know she's talking about her addiction.
Mhm.
When she talks about giving away pieces of herself, it could be about a man because we just sang Cry Baby, but I know she's talking about the sacrifices that you make when you're an addict and when you're doing things that you know that your addiction is leading. So I'm coming at it in that way as well, which I think really helps deepen my relationship with her.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's such an important lesson for Janis because she almost made it,
Yeah.
but she just had this big demon on her back her whole life, really. And she lived the blues.
really
she,
did deep down.
Her life, she had some hardships. She was very much bullied. She lived in a very racist town at a young age. There was a Ku Klux Klan chapter
Texas?
on her corner.
Wow.
She was the only one in her class, I think 10 years old, where they had to stand on one side, integration versus segregation. She was all by herself on the integration side. As a 10-year-old,
Right.
this is who she is. You know,
Where's she from? Is she from Texas or?
Port Arthur, Texas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I
couldn't
must have
wait
read
to
an
get out.
autobiography on that because I'm an autobiography fan
You
or a
are?
biography fan. So at some point I read it on Janis because
Yeah.
I knew that about
Oh, heck yeah.
the Texas thing.
Yeah, Port Arthur, Texas, you know, and she left as soon as she could.
Yeah.
Good for her.
They ran her out of town.
I
How
love it.
old was she when she passed away?
She was in what we call the 27
The
Club.
27 Club.
So
Really?
she passed away 3 weeks after Jimi Hendrix
Yeah.
Oh,
and a little bit before Jim Morrison. And I just actually read they believe it was this one drug dealer and it was this very
Oh, that's
strong batch
interesting.
of heroin. And yeah, Janis was an addict, folks.
Yeah.
She was. And she was in a sober time of her life. And guess what? One last time got her.
That's usually how it rolls,
Yep.
when it comes to addiction and you're going back and you think you can handle what you handled before.
Yeah, and her alcoholism, she was worried about her raspy voice. But because of who she was, she could never calm it down coming off of the high of being Janis Joplin. So she actually was like, hey, maybe I can get through recording this album not drinking by doing heroin. And that's the addict decision right there that is just rips my heart apart every time I think of it.
Yeah.
But man, it sure drives the heart of it.
If there's a heaven and they're looking down, especially for Janis Joplin, those people that die so young and in such a tragic thing, to see this kind of come through on the other side as a story that's beautiful.
Yeah, and there's certain moments at the end of the show where I'm singing a song and I get to have the double meaning of the lyric where everybody in the audience knows what happens to her the next day. But we all get to be, she says, I can't go on. Honey, I just can't go on. And everybody knows what that means. And so just being able to watch this show, knowing what we know about her is so special and beautiful. But there's so much you don't know about her. Do you know she's hilarious?
I did not know that.
Janis
I read that
is
too.
Hilarious.
She was really funny.
Very funny, incredible wit.
And I think it put her in that like because she was not traditionally beautiful.
Yes.
And you learn to roll with the funny part of your life.
That's her.
So that was her
her
defense, kind of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really a comedian's heart underneath it all.
And you see that pattern take place in the writing and the script because actually a lot of shout out to our incredible, he created, he wrote, and he originally directed Randy Johnson, the show. And some of it is straight up dialogue that Janis said. And it's edited beautifully. And then there's, of course, other parts that are put in. But it's written so perfectly that you see that happen. She'll start to open up and then, we're going to throw a joke in. So you see her. Let me open up.
She's
let me be guarded
down.
again.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Takes one to know one.
But at the same time, with you having similar demons that you've broken through, but do you ever feel parts of the story too much? Do you ever feel like you're too connected?
It's so sweet that you ask that because a few people have. When Jamie, our artistic director, kindly asked me that, and my husband checking in, like, they know I go in when I play roles. I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis, but I have been saying I'm going full Daniel Day-Lewis on this one, folks. That's been my quote.
I would say you are definitely Sonoma's Daniela Day-Lewis because you do go deep, Daniela.
Thank you, But no, I'm at a place in my own journey of sobriety that all it does is help me as an actor because I can look at her and come at this role with so many more layers than I would be able to, you know?
Right. If you were really in it,
yeah,
you're just burying it.
Yeah. So no, for anything for me, I feel so like motherish, big sisterish as I read it because I just, we know better. And I'm one of the lucky ones. The luck thing a lot of times with this, but I'm loving it.
Oh, good.
So incredible, guys. Singing this music every night. Giddy. Literally, we're giddy.
Give us some of the songs that are in the soundtrack.
You won't even believe it. It's literally all the ones you want.
Okay.
So it's like all of her hits.
Summertime in there.
So there's 15 Janis songs that you'll all know. And 8 of them are full songs.
Wow.
And then 3 are songs that have been created for the show, but based on other bluesy, you'll recognize them, so to speak. So we're talking Tell Mama, which is an Etta James cover that she always said, come on, tell mama. My Baby. We do Maybe, Summertime, Turtle Blues, Down on Me, Piece of My Heart.
Of course.
Try, Little Girl Blue, Cry Baby, Me and Bobby McGee, Ball and Chain.
Oh, yes.
Stay With Me, Mercedes-Benz, y'all.
You have to have Mercedes-Benz
It's closing the show.
Oh, great.
It's a cappella, just like she does, which actually she recorded that. One of the last days that she ever recorded. And it was just on a whim.
Wow.
And at the end of the song, you hear her, she goes, ha, that's it. And that's how I insist we end the show.
Yes, yes.
I missed it because we had a mysterious knocker at the door. There was nobody. It was a door ditch.
It was the ghost.
Pieces
It was
of me.
Miss J just saying hi.
Exactly.
Yes.
Was it pieces of me? Take
Piece
a little.
of my heart?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you
I
missed the
love-
lineup. And anyway, it's amazing. No, really, it's like all of them.
It's all of
It's
them.
like Bobby McGee, Mercedes Benz,
yeah.
Ball and Chain,
I love it.
Crybaby, Little Girl Blue, Try, everything
So-
you want. You won't go, oh, darn it, they forgot that one.
Libby, you're amazing. We all know that. But of course, we all know it takes a team too.
Aw,
Who you got?
we got a
in this
good team.
edition? I know. God, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well,
So when she's looking this up right now, she's pulling it.
what? She has it all memorized.
She's
Molly.
got it all memorized.
Don't pull the
Memorized,
curtain
Molly.
back.
Yes, don't put. I was just going to say the same thing.
Cut that to
No, I'm
Takeshi.
just kidding. No, I'm very excited because all of the actresses, performers who I get the privilege to work with, not all. We know Asia Gianola. She's been on stage with us.
Mhm.
She's music directed.
Mhm.
So she's a regular. But we have Jeffrey Givens, Safira McGrew, Skylar Palacios, and Michelle Louise. And they're all new to the Sal stage, which
Nice.
is so cool
Yeah.
and so exciting.
No.
Michelle Louise is playing my Janis understudy,
Okay.
which was a big part of the discussion from the beginning. That was a part of the whole, can this be sustainable?
it's
Is there
smart.
vocal health? So I said to Jamie, and Jamie said right back, yes, there should be an understudy. And then I said, therefore, she needs to have dedicated shows because a lot of companies, here's a little side talk as some know, a lot of companies, understudies don't necessarily get a show unless you're sick
Yeah.
and they have to jump in. And as somebody who's been asked to understudy before, that's exactly why I've said no, because you put so much heart and soul into
You
it.
really do.
And so I know, I'll tell you right now, Michelle is incredible, loves Janis every bit as much as me. And so she's got 3 shows. So she's
Awesome.
doing 2 Thursdays, and then we have a Saturday matinee that we're throwing in. We normally don't do Saturday matinees, but we're going to because the world's got to see Michelle.
That's amazing.
But yeah, you know, Asia is playing, I don't want to give it all away, but
Yeah,
Nina
yeah.
Simone and Jeffrey Givens is playing
favorite.
Etta.
Oh, wow.
Safira plays Aretha. Skylar is going to be Bessie Smith, and then some. They all
Yeah.
play a couple more.
That's a
And-
treat for you because as sometimes podcast people don't always make it all the way to the end. So you just got
That's right.
it.
A cheat
A
sheet.
little
baby.
treat.
Yeah. And don't forget a 7-piece band.
That's
This is a
amazing
rock
in itself.
show.
Yeah.
There's a part on the stage where, guess what? Janis Joplin is making you get up, folks, because that was something she did. If you go on YouTube and you look at any of her concerts, Janis, she'd say, music's for grooving, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's for grooving. And she would make them get up, literally, and she'd groove with them. So
That's
that's
Cool.
I'm
That's
making
going to be
you
a whole
helpful.
nother energy. I
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
I have
get
a
up.
real hard time going to see.
Molly will
Music?
rush the stage.
Oh,
when
I
you
will
sing.
rush the stage. I went to Vanilla Ice last weekend, and
Stop
not
it.
my favorite. I
She
got a
did.
media pass, and I was
Get
all,
out.
we're going to the front.
Oh, yes, you did. You go right there.
Because
Oh,
it's just a
oh,
different
baby.
energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, and honestly, like this is corny and it is one of my lines, but music is for grooving. And, you know, that was the whole part of this movement is that like they wanted people up. They didn't want the squares, the hippie dance.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun with my hippie
Are you?
dance, you
Are you?
guys. It's so fun.
That's when you can do anywhere.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Let's talk wardrobe.
Oh,
Is
Yeah.
it one outfit the whole show?
Okay.
Do you have
Kate-
costume
so it's Kate,
changes?
right?
It's
Kate
Kate.
Leland. We love Kate.
Leland
Teaches
is fabulous.
She teaches here.
She's so
And
fantastic. And
she's-
may I say this? Kate and
She's
Carl
funny.
have both seen Ms. Janis Joplin.
Oh.
So they are
Oh.
bringing authenticity, folks, to
Mhm.
this production, which is so invaluable. So she's got the color palette, the crush, the velvets, the textures. She knows exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
And we've got some really cool pieces.
Nice.
And I'm super excited. And one thing that I think is awesome that they're doing is both Michelle, who plays our other Janis, we have some pieces that are the same, but some that are different.
Mhm.
And so in some ways, like we're embracing the differences in our Janices, which has been really
That's
fun
cool. Yeah.
because we're both bringing such an authentic Janis, but a different Janis.
Mhm.
And I love
cool.
that we're not hiding that. We're presenting that, which
You're
I
allowed
thought
to
was
be
so
who you are.
well. That's the
within
point
this
of
role.
of what Janis wanted.
Yeah.
So so come to both.
It is definitely a culture and an era of individuality.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that like
yeah.
free love, individuality,
Yep.
you know.
But the costumes are gorgeous and the set's going to look just like a rock show would. And yeah, there's some really fun design. Wait till you see the lobby. Jamie always does really fun.
I love that she's embracing
things.
the lobby lately.
Exactly.
They've been
she
doll up
always
the lobby.
Yeah. But she's always done the lobby, and it always connected to the shows. But she's just going all out. I'm not going to give it away, but you guys, there's a T-shirt involved, and there might be a cardboard cutout.
Oh,
It's amazing.
Let's do it. I love that.
So fun.
We're not afraid of cardboard
I
cutouts.
love
We got
a
a
good
few of our
cardboard
sponsors
cutout.
have a cardboard cutout.
Well, I'm like, is this going to go in my daughter? Are darts going to be thrown at this at the end of this process? Because I have a feeling it's coming home with me.
Last year, my
so
date
cool.
to the Muse was a cardboard cutout of Vicky Solier.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
So we walked
Yeah.
around with
Yeah.
it because she couldn't be there.
She couldn't be here, so I took
And-
her around and had pictures taken with
And then
everybody.
she's been up in our office, and
That is
sometimes
so
you're the only one there. And there's
fun.
Vicky
And
over
there's
there.
Vicky. Yes.
Are we doing the same thing?
Maybe Janis needs to find her way next to Vicky's cardboard cutout. All of a sudden, one day she'll just be there.
We'll just have all the cardboard cutouts.
Photograph them all
This
together.
is so cool.
Yeah.
Anything. I wanted to ask you a few other questions
Yeah.
and dreams and schemes and that kind of stuff of
Yeah.
your life. Anything else about Janis that we should know? We're opening, folks. If you haven't already seen this, and this will be in the blurb, it opens September.
Yeah, we run September 5th through 21st.
3 weeks, right?
Yep, 3 weekends. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mhm.
I'm performing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Our other amazing Janis is on Thursdays and a Saturday matinee in that final weekend.
I just think it's so cool that you're doing that for her.
oh
It's
gosh,
amazing.
I
absolutely.
Really, it's generous.
You know, well, I mean,
You
it's
know,
not
and
that.
it's not-
Honestly, I believe me.
I
I don't
love it.
want to be like, oh, good for me.
Yeah.
Like one day we just looked at each other, and it just dawned on me when I'm like, you love her as much as I do.
yeah.
And that's what we said. And we get to discover her together, share notes, share the giddiness like together. We're both there.
Mhm.
And so I just think it's been a really unique part of the process. That's been pretty special.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. If you are listening to this when this comes out, it's time to get tickets because I have a big feeling that
Yeah.
these shows are
This
going
is
to
going to
sell
be a
out.
seller.
SonomaArtsLive.org. I know we have to remember Janis was a Bay Area baby. She
Right.
may not have been from here, but she was a transplant and she
Yeah.
felt most
Marin.
at home and was most
Mhm.
embraced here. She lived all in Marin. She loves San Francisco. So this is a homecoming.
Yay.
It is. Yay. Okay. I'm going to just jump off for a little bit. What I want to know is always, what's your future plans? Do you have anything in the works? And what are some dream roles? This is a dream role.
And what
for
is your
sure.
favorite dinner?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
We got to cover that for Gerardo because
Okay.
he always does a
All right,
what's
all
for
right.
lunch segment and what's your
Okay.
favorite food around
Yeah.
Sonoma. But let's dive into roles, future things you're looking at, and
Or even director wise,
Yeah,
too. What would
exactly.
you like to direct?
because you've
maybe?
directed
So
names.
yeah, I mean, I'm just coming off of a lot of Shakespeare, which I love so very much. And so it's funny. I just, I haven't even told him this. I just co-directed Hamlet at 6th Street with
wow.
Lucas Raphael, who has performed at Sonoma Arts Live, and he runs Jacobean Theater Workshop. They do Shakespeare in the parking lot, which is going on right now.
Shakespeare in the parking lot.
yes.
I reached out to him
Love
to
that.
see if maybe he'd want to use our parking lot next year for something.
He's my bestie.
okay.
He was just in
now
6
I have
degrees.
a connection.
So he was just in 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yes.
And I directed him as well at another show at 6th Street. And anyway, so we collaborated on that. And yeah, so this is the first time that they're in the 6th Street parking lot. I actually just went to their Othello. So his show, Merry Wives, is opening. But yeah, so Lucas, you've inspired me. I want to do Hamlet now.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, honestly, Janis was such a bucket list role. This is like simple, but I really want to play Ursula. I normally don't do musicals.
Oh, I love
So
that
I feel like
for
I
you.
really want to play Ursula so badly because she's like my favorite Disney princess, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's the Little Mermaid?
Yes.
Okay,
poor
okay.
unfortunate soul.
Such a great
They're
song.
talking to not the musical person. I know a few musicals, but I was mostly up in New York going modern dance up there with Martha Graham and stuff. So
That's awesome.
I
Yeah, but I'm jumping in. I'm going to do a 5-person Odyssey with my other theater family, We Players. And they're
Yeah.
the company I've been with for almost 14 years now. And they do immersive theater. And so
I was going to ask. I
That's
was
very
remembering
cool.
it. That
Yeah.
it's immersive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we did the Odyssey on Angel Island, I think 13 years ago now. And so
what
long
a cool
story
place
short,
to do that.
It
Wow.
was amazing. Yeah, the Odyssey on Angel Island. We Players has done. Shout out We Players. WePlayers.org. That's some of the coolest theater you will see, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, they did Hamlet on Alcatraz. We did a show in the Sutro Baths.
I love that.
I got to play Caesar in the band shell right in Golden Gate Park. Yeah, we did a show for over a year, right where they just did the Dead shows outside Lands near the polo fields. Why am I talking about We Players?
Because you were talking about what was coming up next.
So we're just going to do a quickie 2-week 5-person, all some of the usual suspects Odyssey for this classics workshop. I need to figure out exactly what this is. Clearly, I don't have all the details. But I'm doing a 5-person Odyssey, and then I'm directing The Lifespan of a Fact in May.
I haven't heard of that yet.
Very cool show.
I love 6th Street Playhouse too. That's such a great theater also.
Yep, they're my people over there. And and I got a couple things in the fire. And right now it's that actor part where I'm going, okay, I got a little chunk of time in the winter. Who's hiring me? So honestly, I just was coordinating with somebody today about some auditions. And
amazing.
So there's a little bit of we'll see.
All right. From a Kid Fox broadcaster.
Yes.
To
oh my God.
Janis.
Yeah.
This is a journey.
Fox Kids News.
Go. How would you say introduce Janis the play in your Fox Kid News?
It's really important the way
you
use the call letters, right? So if the WTIC, right? So you had to go up on the C sound, right? The WTIC. And they have to hang on the hang, right? The WTIC, Fox Kids News, right?
Nice.
You got to just, wait for it.
We should videotape her doing that.
Right. I know.
Because it was amazing. See, now I'm doing it and they can't see me at
We're
home
gesturing.
either. We're gesturing.
We're gesturing,
There's
folks.
gestures.
We're theater people, Kat. We can't help ourselves.
It's true.
This doesn't transform to this medium as well
It really doesn't.
as visual art.
Keep trying to go video. I've recorded in here. We're doing this for Gerardo, but it always comes up.
Yes.
What is your favorite food? And what are some of your favorite spots in Sonoma?
This is embarrassing,
for
guys.
lunch?
But I'm going to be real with you. So I always do what's your death row meal, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
In that, the delightfully wonderful sodium-filled French onion dip, you get the Lipton soup kit.
Yes.
That's what Jesse
just the
makes.
full-fat sour cream, and you need a salty, ridged
It has to be
potato
ridged.
chip.
It
Thank
has
you,
to
Kat.
be. Yes.
Thank you. It has to be ridged.
Are important.
It's a very important part of the dip process, especially this. So that's always in it. But
That's an amateur dip bringer when they bring no rigid chips.
Right.
You know,
A smooth chip?
No.
Excuse me?
That's for sandwiches. Sandwiches.
Yeah. But I love to look back on, I found like some old drawer that had stuff from when I was a kid, and it was always like, your favorite food. And I always would write nachos. So it's always some version of, I'm just going to say Massachusetts gringa tacos. We're talking a crunchy shell.
Yes.
That's Isla's favorite.
Sour cream. My California grown husband just shakes his head at me. He's like, those are not tacos.
Wait. Let me ask you. Do you put black olives on it?
I don't.
Okay.
But listen,
that was our
we did
gringa
that all
taco.
growing
if
up.
I didn't
and
grow up with
couldn't-
iceberg lettuce and that chopped watery tomatoes that did not taste like tomato, you know, I'm talking the good. But I love a crunchy taco. I love a French onion dip. I think that's my comfort food is
He
that.
has a Super Bowl palate.
Yeah. I'm kind of like a frat boy menu.
Exactly. Bring it on.
Yeah, Super Bowl Sunday is just my dinner menu.
You're all, well, can't wait till it's no Christmas dinner, no Thanksgiving, Super Bowl Sunday meal.
Yeah.
I love a good appetizer dinner.
Snacks for dinner.
Or a
all the way.
charcuterie tray just for dinner.
Yes. If I could just have little bites of it all, that's always my thing with Miller is that we go out to dinner and but don't you want to split? Because then we get half of two things. And that's always the mentality. I just want to try more. I just want to have more
Me
bites.
Too. Is Miller like Jesse? Does he go for it? Or
We've been together for a long time. So at this point, he splits.
He
does. We're coming up on 20 years in October that we've been together.
That's amazing.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Congratulations.
I know. We were just
it's no
kids.
easy feat.
I know. He stuck through me thick and thin. Woo.
I love it.
I met you soon after you moved here because Love, Loss, and What I Wore was like 2013, 2014.
I think it was like 13 or 14. Yeah. I had just kind of got on the scene.
Old California friends.
That's right.
Gosh, I think I met you later. A little bit later.
Through here, though, early on, though, because I remember I was trying to teach theater classes at the community center.
I know.
Right when I moved here.
I came here, my daughter was like 5 because I had her in 2010. So that's when I started the Miss Molly thing. And I was like, get Libby in here. Let's get some theater and blah, blah, blah. And I had a lot of dancers that I was like, actually, a lot of my dancers, you probably know Greta Hinckley, who's in Backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Judah, who's amazing, who's over at the high school. They're all my old dancer kids, but I was all, they're just, wait for theater, folks. You're going to find your voice. And sure enough, inspiring.
Absolutely. Can you imagine, though, if you had come here and you were doing Miss Molly, this could have been fame. The community center could have been fame.
That's right. Blood, sweat, and tears.
We still could do it.
Being Debbie Allen was like my dream.
Yes.
Being Debbie Allen.
Oh, here's something you didn't know about Janis. Her mom loved Broadway musicals.
Really?
So she grew up knowing all the big Broadway musicals, as well as all of her amazing blues.
Another connection.
Yes.
Did you, when you were young, did you find it on your own? Was it through movies or did you go to live performances?
6 years old, did the old like summer play on Nantucket Island where we would go and they drop the kid off. And my dad was probably golfing and my mom was at the beach and they drop us off for 2 hours. And I think I was 6. And it was like, okay, that's it. And it was like that September, sign me up for every single class. And then from then on, I literally had theater class like 3 times a week for the rest of my entire life.
And your parents embraced it right away?
They were so good about it. They were just so cool. My mom. And of course, I was like, I don't do high school theater. I was in an avant-garde theater company. Shout out Serious Play. It was 30 minutes away in Northampton, the artsy section.
Wow.
So my blessed mother was driving me all the time, back and forth, constantly.
Shout out for thanking her because, you know, I'm a taxi driver right now at this point in my daughter's life. And I'm like,
she'll thank you someday, Molly.
Someday appreciate it. Yeah.
I loved Shakespeare, but she was committed to him too.
Right. Nice. Exactly. Oh, man. I think we're going to be wrapping it up here. We're rolling almost to an hour.
Boo.
And I don't think Takeshi's having a ton of edits because...
Sounded good to me.
Into a microphone.
Keep it as it is.
Congratulations, folks. You got the info you need. You got to, if you don't know Libby, hear it now. Come see Janis. You will.
Yeah. Come see.
Come on, just a line. One Janis line to leave us with.
Some try.
Yeah.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. When I was feeling as faded as my jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see you, everybody. You got to come out and celebrate the Queen of Rock and Roll, Janis Joplin. There hasn't been a show like this around.
Gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for having me on.
Yay.
Thank you.